Now here's a long overdue video idea. I think it was about a year ago I picked up this box fan off the street, of course, set out for the garbage collection, and I've never gotten around to actually doing anything with it. I don't think I've ever seen an orange box fan before, but I've got to say that is a great color for a box fan. Now this isn't as nice as some of my really old all-metal box fans because, as you can see, the grills are plastic. So too are the blades. But the motor is still pretty decent. There's an oil port right back there. So it's intended to have some maintenance. Not sure who made this. I think it was probably a private label fan at one time. My guess would be that it might be a Lakewood. Anyway, figure out to finally try this thing out after sitting on it for like a year. Somebody's put a new, well, it's actually a very old plug on it, but probably some sort of incident befell the old plug. The cord is kind of thin, but it's in good shape. It's not been beat absolutely to death. So I figure it's time to give this thing a try. I have no idea what will happen. The only thing I know for sure, or at least I strongly believe if my multimeter is to be trusted, is that this thing isn't shorted. But it could use a good cleaning. It's in reasonable condition. It's got some rust spots and things on it like that. It's got some scuffs and some scrapes. Just signs of use over the years. And somebody managed to break a chunk of the grill here. But very few of the lattice strips in the grill are actually broken. And I think it's fair to say that on the back side, nope, there's a couple broken on the back side too. But for something picked up off the curb, it's really not in too bad a shape. And I can't imagine that it needs much to be in good working order once again. Although this speed control switch up here, it's a 3-speed fan, low, medium, and high. This thing sounds dry, doesn't it? Could probably use a good shot of contact cleaner. Oh well, at least the knob's there. Let me get an extension cord, try this thing out, and have a run-up for all of you. Alright, I brought power out to my fan. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, no life at all on any speed. Well, it's probably time to go inside then, because there's a rather suspicious looking wiring job in there. I wonder if somebody replaced that switch or if the fan somehow dinged it or something. Well, whatever the case, I have to go in there and check that thing out, see what's going on. So I have to find a screwdriver.
Hello YouTube community. You're all fans of uxwbill. I'm the least known member of the Walsh clan. I don't know if I've made a video yet or not, but I'm William's first younger brother, and we'll call me James xwbill. And I would like you guys to get on him. He always does these fix it and repair videos, and he's had a mini fridge of mine for, I don't know, 6 months to a year now, and he hasn't worked on it once yet. Besides, he thinks he knows what's wrong with it. So when you watch his fan video that he's making right now, I would appreciate it if you guys would comment below and get him to make a mini fridge video for you guys all to watch, and that way my mini fridge gets fixed as well. I appreciate it. Thank you.
As you can see, the connections here are as suspected. They are none too fancy. This one, I love this. Use a 2 small wire nut. It's got a little bit of bare wire poking out of it there. That's always real good. Luckily they did at least tape it up. And then this one over here isn't too much fancier, but I haven't had the tape off of it yet. And then up here in the switch, I took some ohmmeter readings across this, and I've got pretty high resistance across this switch in every position. So I'd imagine that it's probably pretty heavily oxidized or maybe even burnt inside. I'm going to pull this thing apart and see if I can get this fan to run on 1 speed by wiring one of these speed oh, that's fancy. Wiring one of these speed connections directly up to the AC power line. I've got the key keeper in there waiting for my cue to plug the cord in, and I've gone ahead and bypassed the wiring going into this fan because I wasn't reading any power coming into it. So yeah, go ahead and give it a quick little pulse.
Is it dinner? Anything?
Nothing.
Okay, pull it unplugged.
Well, it would appear as though I'm going to have to pull the motor, open it up, and see what's going on inside it, because although, as you can see there, it is not open circuit. And going inside the motor reveals more. if not everything. Look at that right there. Something burnt right there. Probably a bad connection there at the very least, if not something much worse than that. Oh, as it turns out, I wasn't too happy with the way this fan video ended up going, mainly because I was having to sit out here and compete with the mad air softers, which was proving extremely distracting. But suffice it to say, I'm afraid that the little motor in the fan is simply junk, because not only does it test very high resistance, and I do mean very high, on all of the windings as compared to the neutral. You know, you connect the black lead to that, you connect your other test lead to this, and then you do a measurement. And on a healthy working fan, I think I was getting somewhere around 10 ohms resistance with a little bit of variance on all the windings. On this thing, I was getting quite a bit more resistance than that. I don't recall the exact measurements now, so if I'm way off on both of them, that's why. Been out doing some computer work. And I also found evidence of burn damage here. I'm not sure you can see it now, and I'm not sure I have any salvageable footage of this. But I have burn damage here, a place where this thin little magnet wire here, this varnish coated wire, was burned into. And the other bad news is, see these right here? This is a healthy color for copper magnet wire. This is not such a healthy color. I don't know if this fan was used in a damp location or what was going on, but this doesn't look good at all, and I think this accounts for some of the high resistance readings that I am seeing. So what a bummer. It looks like I'm going to have to get a new motor for this little fan. I don't know how hard I'm going to try to do that. I would like to save this little fan because it's such a nice color, and it's not in bad shape otherwise. You can see the paddles are in pretty good condition, and the grills would certainly clean up nicely. And I think the case would too. I think this control is good, or could be good, if I would give it a cleaning and try to arrange it such that the contacts might bite a little bit better. That one over there next to the white wire, that actually I think is the power carrying wire for this, that one actually fell out. I think that was the medium speed connection, and it just plain fell out, so it wasn't making very good contact. Anyway, that's the story with the fan as it stands right now. It's certainly not going to run, and I'll probably have to just go ahead and get a replacement motor for it, so that's kind of a bummer.